to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertold, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
Shout out to, I'm going to tell you right now. Amber, you're right. Okay, Amber, you're right. Now, Amber is the one who sponsored the lighting. You see that light above my head that says on air? Amber sent that as a gift. So I'm forever thankful for that. And so, Amber, you're right. I missed yesterday's live stream because I was busy doing a fantasy football draft. Oh, God, with a bunch of dudes who know nothing about football. Don't worry. I'm that guy. But I did miss Spanish Wednesday, guys. How could I forget? I got your back. And then there I was, just having a good old night last night. Anyway, back to you guys. Back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth and financial advice. I want to share that news with you guys. I don't know if you guys saw my last live stream, which was 2 days ago. I put a picture of GameStop, the brain. I put in there, I said something like, it's the psychology of investing in GameStop. You guys don't know this. And I demonetize every show I do by playing music, copyrighted music. But I don't ever have them say, you make $0 off this. Like they said, no advertisers wanted to advertise on that video because the thumbnail and the title. I posted this in the Discord. It blew my mind. It's never happened to me before. Because I said the investing into GameStop, the psychology of investing into GameStop. Blew my mind. But, you know, congrats to all you guys who got your 500 shares, your 1,000 shares. You know, Team 51, can I tell you, you guys are resilient. And if you guys don't know who Team 51 is, don't worry. You're not supposed to know. It's like the Fight Club. We don't talk about it. Anyway, these people, why do you guys call yourself Team 51? Because we're grumpy. Because we wish we were all 51. I don't know. I will say this, though. Powerhouse, Powerhouse, keep it down, bro. Just a jiggle. What is this? What are we watching? There's kids that watch this show. Now, is that what you're playing? Hydro BT, Hype, Marantz, best looking set, and Hunter T6. T6 is nice. Thank you for the jewels there, Javi. Wow. And I know someone else sent something before you. I forgot who. What was it? Landon? Landon sent a gift. Landon sent like a trophy or something. It was. Let's see. Yeah, Landon put out there a trophy cake. Thank you for that, Landon. I appreciate you too. Best Colt on the planet? If people ever knew! Fox, thank you, man. Thank you. No, we can't talk in private. You guys, there's so much lore to this investment and this channel. If people ever knew what everything really means behind me, you know, if I zoom out right here, like if people ever knew what all of it is, they don't even have a clue, right? So that's cool that that WoW is launching their Mount Hyjal and Black Temple content. It's not for me. I changed my way of viewing my video game experience when I talked to my son, my oldest son, and he had said, "Dad, I just want to play with you. Like, I just want to spend this time with you." And I realized, like, who am I to do the things that I want to do just because it's what he wants to do? It's like the way my dad used to do it, being a DJ. My dad always used to say, "I don't play songs I want to hear. I play the songs they want to hear." Well, I'm treating my sons the same way. I don't play games that I want to play. I'm playing games that they want to play. That's how we're going to spend time together, and they're going to love it. So my two dudes are rocking it out with me, and my youngest one, he's practicing right now on TFT. I said, hey, we'll play after the show. But my weekends are for WoW, hardcore. I'm playing hardcore vanilla WoW, and then I'm playing TFT, start of a new season. Just came out yesterday. This new season is terrible. I hate it, but eventually I'll get good at it, and I'll learn how to play it, but it just takes time. But yes, one of the top players in the world on TFT. Thank you. Been that for a while now. Over Diamond. I can get into Diamond every season, but it's getting to Challenger and Master and all that good stuff that we're working on. So thank you again for all the love and support of the show. Anyway, so they didn't do that for me, so I was like, whatever. Now listen, guys. I want to touch on something. You guys know that I support good information when it comes out, no matter whom it comes from. Okay. And there was a video 2 days ago by a YouTuber by the name of Jeremy. You guys know how I feel about Jeremy. I've always supported Jeremy's channel and what he does for GameStop. The thing that I didn't like is the way he didn't support what we do and how we got him monetized, how we got him any type of viewership whatsoever. And he badmouthed that. And he realized that he did that. That's why he doesn't talk about it anymore. He's trying to erase the past. It's something that you can't do, Jeremy, just so that we're clear. 3 things that you can't take back. Broken trust, wasted time, and words you shouldn't have said. That's what I can tell you. So with that all being said, I'm going to give him credit for a video he did 2 days ago where he looked into part of the 10K where it established that GameStop's going to have to pay X amount of shares back for, the exercising of below $21, but it's capped. It's like a fixed expense, basically. Good video. I'm not gonna take anything away. It's assuming a lot of things, but it's good info. So someone asked me today in private in a message, said, Marantz, is this accurate information with Jeremy? I said, I'm not one to tell you it's accurate or not. It's his information he's putting out. I'm not going to critique it to that point. I'm just going to say he found something that he felt was credible, and he started speaking on it. For me personally, I already spoke on the parent company called Teddy. I already spoke on what GameStop will be, could be, should be, and what Ryan Cohen and what they're building. I spoke on it 4 years ago. I spoke on it 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. It's no different. I've never swayed in my investment in the way I feel about this. Now, you guys want to look for the Easter eggs. They're there. Go type in teddy.com and how it goes right to GameStop's website. That's an Easter egg. That's there for you. But when they ask Ryan about it, he says, I'm focused on GameStop. Yeah, Ryan, we know. You don't tell anybody any of your plans. You keep it tight-knit. I'm going to tell you guys something, okay? Our Discord is unlike anything you've ever seen in your life. If you know about investing. We don't explain it to people. We don't have to. But when you see, we had 2 orders today come through on the Discord, 2 buy orders. Guys, we post all our buy orders on there just to post them. We had 2 people, part of Team 51, buy in for over 1,000 shares today. What a hell of an entry. At this price point, at this time in this investment, and you got to get in at $18 a share, that is the equivalent of $9 a share just 2 years ago, if you know what I'm talking about. So congratulations to everyone that's pushing the threshold or doing as best they can. Here's to another 100 shares. Well, thank you. Thank you for the 10 jewels. I will do my best, man. I'll do my best. So, and thank you for the 10 free memberships for the show. Who was that? Echo, that's big, dude. Thank you for the memberships to the show. Those guys that got those memberships, they'll understand who we are and what we are and what we're doing here. All right, so let's get back to this. The one thing that GameStop has taught me over all these years was that failure is not final. Just because you fail at something doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you're doing. You can still keep trying and efforting and pushing, and that's exactly what Ryan Cohen's been doing with this. The part that people forget, it's the little things that you don't see. It's the little things that you're being told. When we say about value for GameStop, I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay, and you guys can take this as a metaphor or you can take it as being literal. What's the most important thing about a house? Anybody? Some people would say it's the roof. Some people would say it's the door. The door that you open and close, who you allow in your home and out of your home. That is the most important part of your house. Would you agree? Our Discord is no different. Our Discord is a house. And then there's a door and you get to walk in. Now our door just might have the most important part. What's the most important part of that door? The lock. Damn, 10 free memberships. Thank you again. Appreciate all love and support of the show. My God. But now it's the door, and now it's the lock. Is the lock the most important part of that door? You would think so. But the most important part is the key. The key that opens that lock. Don't ever forget, guys. You all have a key to the lock, to the door, to the house, to this investment. One share a day just might change your life. One more article you read, one more video you watch, the small details just might change your life. We are at the A cups of this all. Guys, we're here. We're at the ledge. We're looking down. We're here. I know people want to talk about warrants tonight. Guys, why are the warrants up? Why are the warrants exploding? Marantz, tell me what happened today. First off, you want to know what happened? The most important part is the toilet. Get your ass out of here, bros. I can piss outside. No, okay. Listen. I got to move this around. Let's talk about warrants. Warrants? Hey, everybody out there. Marantz, something's happening. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so the warrants went up in value, then came down. Now they're back up again. That looked like the chart. I don't know. Hold on, watch this. The chart. I have the chart somewhere here. Oh, it's over here. Did I get it right? Did I get it kind of right? I don't know. Like a big bowl and then whatever. Yeah, it's kind of like that, right? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, where the hell's my? What did I do with my thing? Bro, I don't have my thing. Oh, there it is. I was like, I have my little rag. Okay, so check this out. So that's what the chart looks like. I don't care about the chart. That's not the real chart of warrants. We all know what warrants are. Everybody, warrants, rights offering, right to buy shares, to exercise at a strike price. Cool. So this right here, this is warrants. Okay. This down here is what we're going to call time. October 30th, 25. Start. October 30th, 26. End. That's the time. This up here, this right here, would be called, well, I don't want to go sideways, but you guys want to get it. Value. That's value. So the value starts up here on a warrant where it initially started. Maybe it was $4 to start. According to the 10K, it came down to $3 on average, which is cool. It's okay. We all know I sold my warrants. Yes, why? I used the money from my warrants that were free, and I went and bought more GameStop shares. I loved GameStop at 22. I bought as much as I could. I don't care. I'm buying shares, right? But people buy the warrants. They play this game. That's cool. Now, for whatever reason, over time, the theta, that's what it's called, the theta burns off of this warrant. Okay, it's like a call contract that's about to expire. We got 0 DTE, 0 days to expire. Okay, we're on our way. So right now, we're at about 63 days after today. 63 days away from expiring, right? Okay, gotcha. You know what happened today? The value of the warrant that's supposed to be going down on theta decided to take a pivot. It decided to go up. Huh. You know, I want to show you guys. That's it right there. And it's kind of crazy because people think, well, it went up, Marantz. And I said, you got to remember, two things could be happening here. Two things can be true at once. The first thing that could be true is somebody knows something. Somebody knows. Isn't that what they always say? Hey, Marantz, man, somebody probably knows. Oh, let me think. So it pumps, and it goes up 50% over the last 2 days from the ground. It was at $1.40 a warrant. Now it's all the way up to $2.80, and so it's up 100%. Okay. So let me get this right. You think that it's that valuable? Do you guys remember what I told you about warrants? Anybody remember? Like the first day they came out, I said, guys, what you have to remember is that they're extremely volatile. And do you know why? Why are warrants so volatile, right? The volatility of the warrants is something you need to be aware of, guys. I said that. Okay, cool. You know why? Let me show you. I'm gonna show you why. Okay. Because, and I want to go look at something really quick. Hold on, before I do that. It'll tell you here. Isn't that awesome? It doesn't even tell you. That's so crazy, bro. All right, cool. It doesn't matter. Watch this. The average volume for warrants. $500K a day. That's the average volume. Today, it was 5 million. How many warrants exist in the world, guys? They traded 10% of the warrants today, guys. 10% of the warrants brought it up 50-something percent. This is the volatility side of the trade. That's all it is. I don't want people to think it's something that it's not. I don't want people to say, well, it could be somebody coming in from the side. Not enough volume. Oh, it's enough to make the market move, but it looks like it's just a dead cat bounce, or it looks like it's just a diminishing return to a point because it never got higher than what it once was. But I can't ride off into the sunset on this. Not at all. Now, the shares had a reaction to the warrants moving. The shares started moving up. The shares got dragged up by the warrants because people were buying shares in this morning for $17.80, $17.70. Warrants start moving up. Oh, damn, here we go. See, this is the problem right now with 2 months left. With 2 months left, they can try to shake you out of a lot of what you're doing. For me personally, a $2 warrant and a $1.40 warrant and a $3 warrant is nothing. The volume was 5 million today. That means $10 million worth of equity exchange hands, or the valuation of it, like the representation of it. Does it really matter? Come on. Guys, listen, okay? People have warrants. Out of those 59 million warrants, I know of 10 million of them that are not moving because they're with the bondholders. I know of another 4 million that are not moving because they're with Ryan Cohen. So if you want to get manipulated and think that this is going somewhere and maybe they just tank it on back down, that's on them. What I'm going to do, I'm not trying to hit home runs off of warrants and the arbitrage. That's not what I'm doing. And people are going to try to tell you to do things like this. They're going to try to get you to risk some capital to do it this way. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Until GameStop announces something, until the earnings drop, until the date they expire worthless, I'm buying shares. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. My appetite at $18. Remember this, okay, guys? Listen, look at me. They want you to want that. They want you to want the 50%. They want you to want 32%. Because they want you to forget the fact that GameStop is $18 today. You couldn't buy that shit at 18 if you wanted to. a year ago, 2 years ago. And now it's here. And everything's just a distraction in my mind. I'm good, bros. All of a sudden, on no volume at all, it just starts moving up. Nah. Miss me. What am I missing out on anyway? I could buy it for 2. It's going to sell for 4. I'm going to take that money and go put it in the GameStop. Oh, man. Did you see where GameStop will be by the time it gets there? This shit started moving. What happened? GameStop starts moving. 50 cents. Oh, trust me. Somebody's getting awoke. Someone's waking them up. Wake them up. Shake them up. Shake them up. Shake them up. Shake them. What did they do? Drop eBay today? Why is eBay 101? What are you guys doing, eBay? You guys are you guys just putting up the white flag? My back. You guys don't know about my back. I've had back issues. Like, look at this. Oh, shit. Oh, man, I've had back issues all day. Since like 3 nights ago, I woke up and I just couldn't. I don't know if it's just from sitting in these chairs. I'm always uncomfortable. I'm always doing my thing. You know how many actual warrants my son and I hold? Yeah, 51. You guys each hold 51. I know that. I read the Discord, man. You guys think I'm not reading? Let me read this chat really quick. Let me see if there's anything in here. I'm not even turning on my Discord today. You can call into the show. No. Not for me today, guys. I've had enough of you guys. I really haven't. I just want to go play with my son. I want to play TFT. All right. So here's the deal. I'm pretty confident that my wife and I, depending on the weather, I need to find out how bad it is because it's unbearable, guys. It's 117, 115, and humid. Like, it's the monsoon, El Nino right now. It's the worst weather it's been all year. And I don't want to go outside, but I want to give stuff away. I want to get people excited for GameStop, but I might just relax and wait for this moment. You guys, listen. Ryan Cohen and GameStop, they're about to announce the greatest earnings, right? I think the number is not going to be officially as great as it could be. But you guys are going to have to help me with this, okay? Because I don't know. I read something in the 10K that got me thinking a certain way. Dude, you guys don't get me sometimes. All right. Like, I'll give you an example. Okay, let me give you this example. If we're going to judge quarter 3, 2 years ago, video game sales, Call of Duty came out in October. It was in quarter 3. That helped. Same thing with this year. Call of Duty again a week early because they're trying to get away from Grand Theft Auto. No one wants to be next to Grand Theft Auto. Okay, got you. Do you know what happened quarter 2 with GameStop, guys? They took in PSA submissions, but they didn't return them for months because PSA shut down the grading part for value grading cards. Because they were building new facilities, hiring more inspectors, and all that stuff. Do you know that GameStop records revenue upon completion of the grading? They only record the revenue once you pick up the card. They do not. It doesn't matter what you paid up front. They don't call it here income. Here, watch. Let me show you. There's a reason why I'm telling you this. So collectibles good, GameStop looks good, but it's right here. So I was reading this, and there's a couple things that I read here that matter to the revenue number. Okay. It says down here at the very bottom, it says, we also offer customers the ability to submit ungraded trading cards for third-party grading services. We act as an agent in these agreements, in these arrangements, and accordingly, revenue is recognized on a net basis, equal to the amount we retain after remitting pass through our charges. Okay. Amounts collected from customers prior to completion of the grading services are recorded as contract liabilities and are recognized as revenue once the grading is complete and the graded cards are made available to the customer. Revenue recognized from grading services is categorized as collectibles. Okay, revenue. You understand? They halted the cards for like that whole Q2 right now, and there's such a backlog at PSA. Millions and millions of cards are PSA. I think they had 10 million cards backlogged. And I don't even know how many of those are GameStop cards, but the fact that you don't count the revenue till they show back up means something to me. Another thing that means something to me is when I read this line up here, I read this one here. It says, revenue is recognized net of sales discounts, sales returns, and estimated sales return reserves. Okay. Our sales return policy is generally 15 days, blah, blah, blah. So revenue is recognized net of sales discounts, sales returns, and estimated sales return reserves. Do you know what that means, guys? Oh my God, dude. From the standpoint of retail, I use different terminology, but it's the same terminology. It's called spoils and allowances, okay? In the world of refunds and the world of adjustments. So your vendors will give you a percentage of what they sell you as a discount for spoils and allowances. What it seems that GameStop is capable of doing, because they're not recognizing revenue minus that they are, but it means that they could literally control the amount of revenue they bring in on the book itself via those three nominal things. So I feel they can manipulate the number to their favor when wanted, when needed to, when it's negotiable by them. So I love all this. I do. But just by reading it, it's as if GameStop, this is why GameStop margins are so high, guys. They're selling products for net value, but net value of the third-party service. So all of the PSA grading cards is just cash on top of. You're netting a service fee. There is nothing that it costs you. That's a good thing. The next part of the transaction that I saw was I was reading about inventory. An inventory for used games and cards. They are recognizing the trade-in value as the value for the inventory. So when they sell something, it's like if they could get it for 20 cents, 50 cents, $1, $2, whatever it may be, that's what sits on the books. But the revenue is just ramping up when they're reselling cards. So I don't even know what effect Power Packs has on the actual margin. But just overall, it looks like GameStop's in total control of these categories. Now, bringing in eBay into the fold, I feel that they would be able to redo the way eBay does their math, because maybe they're hiding expenses within the same thing. You see, if eBay can hide expenses and reward their executives for milestones and for other things based off of what they would deem, their value or whatever it may be, you got to find where the cash is burning. That's all I'm telling you. There's fixed costs, guys. There's fixed costs at everything. When you're in transition, when you make more money, you get to scale. The fixed cost doesn't come off. That's why SG&A matters right now. For GameStop to be at $200 million flat for the quarter and they're making just as much money, people have to understand that that's a massive increase, because you took away SG&A from 228 to 201. It's $28 million, but that's also 10%. So that 10% gets driven right to the bottom line. That's why they went from 30% on gross profit margin to 40%. They just went 10% because that's where it came from. So the more dollars as you scale, the more you sell. And even for services and for inventory, GameStop's going to be a monster. They're going to hit I want them to hit 50%. For a retail company to hit 40 is already a miracle. But for them to be where they're at and finance and then doing the investments they're doing. These are the things that I'm very excited about. Do I think that one thing I don't think we're going to be? I don't think we're going to be a corporation much longer. I think we're going to be an LLC, but because when you become a parent company, it works that way. You guys don't know this, but GameStop writes this in their 10Ks about they already have subsidiaries, right? And this is the protection clause of why you want to be an umbrella company, a parent company. I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, so let's just say you're GameStop, right? You're GME, and GME right now is the parent company. We get that they're a holding company, and they have all these small businesses. And in here they're teddy bear company. I forget what it's called. They make all the stuffed animals, and then over here they'll have the controllers, CandyCon. Okay, over here you might have something else. It doesn't matter whatever else they own, but these guys borrow $4 billion on a bond. Okay, these guys have all the cash. These guys have all the cash that generates to GameStop. So naturally, when GameStop becomes this bigger company or a bigger company called Teddy borrows all this money, GameStop's not going to be on the hook for the money. They're not. That's not the way it works. Creditors know this. Everybody knows this. The credit rating gets to go up. You could still be one company within the company, but legally you have a tax shield. Legally you're exempt from these creditors that are trying to take your money. That's why people layer themselves this way. And the subsidiaries it would be you know what it would be like? It would be like if you had a parent. Oh, this is a good one for you guys. Let's use simple terms that people will understand. I love this part. So let's just say you had mom and dad. And they have a wallet. Mom and dad have a wallet. Okay? Before they could ever take the money to go pay whatever they owe, imagine if their 4 kids had bank accounts. These 4 kids are shielded. Yeah, they're related, but these guys are the ones that borrow the money. And even if they're connected, they still can't come get the money. Now, granted, these guys can't always just go give the money to mom and dad so they can pay the bills. There's timing involved. There's laws involved. There's rules. But this is exactly what's going to happen with GameStop. GameStop's going to have this parent company, whether it be, I would love it if it was Larry Chang and Volition Capital being one of the LPs and Ryan Cohen being an LP. And, I thought about this the other day when Ryan took the shares out of his name or put them in his name and took them out of RC Ventures. It was like, that was like the heads up. But this happened like 2 years ago. So when he did that, he took the shares out of his name, or he took them out of RC Ventures, put them in his name. It was as if they were realigning for this bigger company that I've been telling you about. Now, I didn't want them to buy dead movie theaters. I didn't want them to buy dead retail companies, and everyone's trying to tell you it's Bed Bath & Gone and everything else. No, I think that they are we talking a 251G? Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking. And the whole idea is that you don't need to vote. You don't need to ask your shareholders. You don't need to do anything. Ryan Cohen has this blank check company, has all the money in it, all in the world. And you already had people give $5 billion, $4 billion to GameStop. Not only give it to GameStop, these are private bonds offering private convertible notes, but you had GameStop do ATMs for like 90 million shares for $2 billion. I mean, just everybody wants in on this damn thing. I can show you ATMs that other companies have done, and they never finish them after months. GameStop did it in 3 days, 2 days. People know. People know just how valuable this damn thing is. So what I think Ryan's doing, I think Ryan has already built the company behind the company There's enough NDAs out there to, ruin. I read the 10K and it said the only thing that can ruin us is our information getting out, our plan getting out, and you never tell somebody your plan because people want to ruin it. People want to ruin it. Even me, I don't tell people my plan. So what's going to happen? Data Diller says this, and I love this. In 3 weeks, when Teddy does nothing or other tinfoil theories doesn't turn into anything, then what? How many times you got to be wrong? No, you're absolutely right, Data Diller. Let me tell you, man, I have been wrong the whole way through. Just when I thought I was ready to see the transaction and this merger happen years ago. Data, where were you 4 years ago when I made the video saying I think Teddy is going to buy GameStop or I think no, that's not what I said. I said I feel Ryan Cohen should build a bigger business in the dark, in the shadows. And I think that's what he should do I think they should make it so big that when it's time to take over, time to announce, they're ready to roll. Well, guess what? We're about there. Okay. What if I'm wrong? Does that change GameStop's fundamentals? Does that diminish their cash and the amount of profits they made this year? Because 5 years ago when I made the video, they were losing $300 million a year. They're now making over $1 billion a year. Where were you 3 years ago saying they're not going to make any money? What could ruin you is Nintendo saying, now we're good. We don't need you scalping our products. We'll sell elsewhere. I bought it at $9 and sold at $125. That's where I was. Oh, that's cool. It's awesome. You made a profit and you did it. You did well. How would I ever fault you for that? What would stop Nintendo? I mean, what would stop any vendor? But you're thinking too small. You're thinking about one category. You're not understanding what GameStop really is. GameStop is not a we sell Pokemon guy. And this is the hardest part for people to get. You know why Apple was so successful with Apple Music? It wasn't because they were charging $1 a song. It's because they found a way to change the industry and then get it available to you. LimeWire still exists. Kazaa still exists. ShareBear, what was it? I forget the other one. BearShare still exists. Everything still existed, right? We can still go pirate our music out. You can still go scalp cards and sell them yourself, Nintendo. How do you think Nintendo's business model would work to sell them themselves? Would there be distribution problems? Would there be delivery issues? Would they have to hire more employees, build out infrastructure and logistics? Would they have to do that? I don't think they want that problem. You know what I've noticed about people have fulfillment centers and they have these retail stores that they want to distribute through? That maybe there's a proven product in partnership there over time. Maybe GameStop signs a contract and maybe GameStop protects themselves from competition. We think people are just free and nilly that we're going to break this contract. Well, we're on a month to month. I mean, what world do you live in? Are you juvenile? Well, you are with your thought process, but when it comes to business acumen, you have zero. So you made some money off of an investment one time. Cool. What does that mean? Where does that put us on this path for being correct about GameStop? Oh, we already are correct. We already are. GameStop has assets north of $11 billion. Liabilities of 2.9. Somebody help me here. Now, yeah, it's just too much. When you say we're wrong, are you talking about me personally? Man, I've been wrong my whole life. I only have to be right once. You know, Data, it's better to walk in the opposite direction than to walk with a group of people in the wrong direction. That's you and everyone else. I think the relationship for GameStop and any company has been very fruitful for both sides. And the one thing I believe is Ryan Cohen when he says, anyone who's invested with me has done quite well. I believe that. My love. No. Thank you, babe. She ain't bringing me a drink. She already knew what I was going to ask. Oh, man. Yeah. It's the red enchilada casserole. It's that real thing. I'm not gonna eat this on the stream, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. This guy scared me away. I'm so nervous. We're not gonna make it. We're 2 weeks away from paradise. Hold on, Marantz. What happens when it doesn't happen? Strapping on my Nikes and drinking that serum. That's that. We're in a cult, aren't we? Aren't you ready to ride or die? Thelma and Louise, Bonnie and Clyde? Nah, bro. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy more shares like I have been. And I'm going to tell more people like I have been. Because nothing changes. Rinse and repeat, babe. That's what we do. Eat, sleep, game, repeat. I'll see you guys around. Peace.